Hello everyone, Psych Daily presents 10 behaviors that destroy relationships. Why love fades and people in relationships grow apart is one of life's greatest mysteries. What prevents us from maintaining the passion, attraction, admiration, and closeness we once felt for our partner? In order to truly change our relationships for the better, it's very important to look closely at some of the harmful behaviors and compare them to the more favorable ones of relating that characterize a healthy relationship. When we interrupt these patterns and actively engage in healthier ways of interacting with our partner, we feel more closeness and contentment, and we can keep the spark alive in our relationships. So, if you are stumbling from one relationship to the next, these are some of the most common mistakes you or your partner might be making. Number 1, the me versus you mentality. Relationships are built on our ability to connect, but also our ability to work together and compromise. When we adopt the me versus you mentality, it not only makes it hard to resolve a conflict, it creates the idea that your partner is actually an enemy to be defended against and attacked. We have to work together in order to overcome hardship, and that's something we can't do when we put targets on one another's back. Number 2, zero follow through. Our love requires action, and through this action, we demonstrate our commitment to our relationships. Words sometimes just aren't enough when it comes to maintaining healthy and stable relationships. We have to follow through and put the action behind the declarations of love we make. If your partner never follows through on the promises, it leads to disappointed expectations and even frustration and sometimes resentment. Number 3, holding the relationship hostage. Does your partner threaten to break up with you every time something goes wrong? When you get upset, do they tell you to leave or tell you they can't date someone like you? This is known as holding the relationship hostage, and is one of the most toxic and ironically common ways we engage in behaviors that drive our relationships into the ground. Number 4, constant judgment. Our partnerships cannot thrive beneath the crushing weight of constant judgment. Judging our partners drives them further away from us and can force them into dangerous corners with our insecurities. When we judge someone else, we do little more than highlight our own flaws, and it makes it harder to be vulnerable and real with the ones we love. The idea of a relationship is to accept the person the way they are. You've fallen in love with them for who they are. If you criticize your partner all the time and judge them, you're just toxifying and destroying your relationship. This is one of the most common behaviors to destroy our relationship. Number 5, no vulnerability. Failing to be vulnerable with your partner, afraid to drop your walls or let them see who you really are on the inside. This is a common fear, but one that often prevents us from reaching the deepest facets of connection and love. In order to build a partnership that can stand the test of time, you have to know and trust one another intimately and be open with each other as much as you can. That's something that comes through vulnerability and knowing how to let someone in. Number 6, unable to step up to the plate. We are all responsible for our journey on this planet, and we are also responsible for the things we get right and the things we get wrong. When you can't apologize or take responsibility for the mistakes you made, or you blame everyone else for your issues or the problems you face in your relationship, you're pushing your partner away even if you don't realize it. You're forcing them to resent you because they always see the truth. Number 7, financial independence. Another behavior which is attached to singlehood is managing one's finances. When you're single, it's totally acceptable if you're managing and looking after your own finances. However, when you're in a relationship, dynamics change. You must change your thoughts from my finances to our finances. If you fail to make this smooth transition, you would be sending a wrong signal to your partner. They might think you're not committing to the relationship and still have doubts. So, change the attitude to make things work between the both of you. Number 8, one-sided perspective. Holding a one-sided perspective in your relationship is very toxic, and it drives a serious wedge between you and your other half. This occurs when you dominate the relationship to an extent or insist on seeing everyone from your point of view. In these relationships, there is no such thing as a compromise. You're always right and they're always wrong. Number 9, confidence betrayals. Betraying the confidence or trust of our partners and spouses can occur on a number of different levels. Outside of breaking any vows of sexual commitment, we can betray our partners by oversharing to our friends or even going behind their back to family. When you open up to someone in a way that embarrasses or otherwise outs your partner about something they would rather keep quiet, you're stabbing them in the back and taking something that was rightfully theirs to share or not. Number 10, emotional manipulation. So many of us engage in emotional manipulation without even realizing it, and some of us don't even realize what we are doing. When you emotionally manipulate someone, you use your emotions like sadness and fear to get them to behave in a specific manner. If you, for example, cry every time your partner raises concerns, if you use privileged information against them, or raise your voice until they back down, you're engaging in emotional manipulation or potentially abuse. Putting it all together, there are a number of toxic behaviors we often engage in when it comes to our relationships, some without even realizing it. Yet time after time, we find ourselves slipping into those old behaviors and detonating our relationships before we have had an opportunity to even fully realize them. If we truly want to overcome our tendency to destroy, we have to get real about what we want from a relationship and boosting our understanding. So unpack your heavy luggage before you bring a partner on board for the ride. We become better partners by becoming better versions of ourselves. Face up to yourself, the good and the bad, and learn to accept who you are so you can fully accept another person. Don't wait for someone else to come and fix your life or provide a sense of wholeness and meaning. Find that fulfillment before you become a partner yourself so that you can create more wholesome relationships. Maximize your understanding of communication and invest in cultivating some compassion for yourself and your partner across the board. You have to be ready to commit fully for the ups and downs that the relationship can entail if you're truly looking to be happy. By being aware of all these behavior patterns that contribute to relationship distress, we can hold ourselves to a standard of remaining both true to who we are as a person and sensitive to another person. We can encourage an atmosphere of love and support while maintaining the unique individual qualities that drew us together in the first place. So, before you go, which of these behaviors you may need to work on? Is there anything you would like to add to the list? Let us know in the comments below. If you found value in this video, please give it a like and share it with a friend. Subscribe to PSYCH Daily and hit the notification for more content like this. And again, thank you so much for watching.